Welcome to the 2024 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Monday. Happy Memorial Day to all those who have served, are serving, and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, as you know, for our country. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everyone involved in our armed forces around the world and here in the United States of America. Right now, we're going to be talking briefly about the Fed. And CNBC says that they probably won't be delivering any interest rates cuts this summer. I think most of you can kind of like put two and two together and figure out that we're not going to have any significant interest rates cuts till at least November, December timeframe, possibly into next year. Because right now inflation is still running hot and the job market is beginning to cool off in the upper sectors of the job market here, and as well as the retail sector. So the Federal Reserve Bank may hold off on cutting these rates here, even though there's cries on the market to cut, and the market's still going up regardless. Because you got to remember, the stock market, just because it melts up, it can melt up too. That happened in Venezuela, that happened in Greece, Turkey, with the currency crash, Sri Lanka. We had all these currency crashes and sovereign debt crises around the world. So just because Dow Jones or a stock market goes up to 40,000 or 50,000, that can happen in the collapse because the currency is failing. And this is exactly what we're going to be seeing here. This is going to take longer for the U.S. dollar to come down from its top, auspices, because of the amount of staggering amount of dollars that's out there, and the world's largest economy still is the United States. So that's what's going on here. So like they said, inflation not coming down as quickly, quoted here by the CIO here. And so since inflation is not coming down and, stocks are soaring here, according to MarketWatch.com, they're up 12% this year. Nearly half of Americans think they're down. What's going on, according to MarketWatch.com, yesterday's report? New poll findings seen as bad sign for President Biden's re-election campaign. Yeah, in an election year, everybody wants to make the economy look great. All these jobs are added. Oh my, we've got all this unemployment is low. You want to have stocks high to please the shareholders. But now things, Americans are looking like saying, hey, wait a minute now. Stock markets are up, but that doesn't mean my day-to-day, I have more day-to-day purchasing power in my pocket. I'm just paying bills. I'm just, surviving. I may take 1 or 2 trips a year in the summer or in the fall. But, this poll here is showing us that, listen, things are not always rosy as they appear. And this is not going to also discount the gas prices that are going up. Gas prices continue to be above $3.30 a gallon for most places in the United States here. And that's only growing here. Oil advances, Yahoo Finance, oil advances with OPEC Plus meeting and U.S. fuel demand in focus. So demand is increasing here, as you know, for summer. All types of fuel, propane, kerosene, regular gasoline, blended oils, all that's increasing here. As we head into the summer and the fall months here. And, listen, this is going to be a huge issue here. And especially it's not counting any black swan or conflicts that we have around the world. Brent futures rose above $83 a barrel. I believe it's going to touch $95 a barrel before the summer's up. And we're going to see some serious issues here with gas prices going up. That's going to limit some of the supply chain. That's going to affect the supply chain on the roads, on these interstates, with these trucking industry, the manufacturing industry. Because, when gas prices go up, that affects everybody. Ticket prices go up for airlines. All things happen in the summer and in the fall as a result of this, being more expensive to service their needs here for the economy. So, barring any black swan event, this is going to continue to be an issue, not just for America, not just for the G7, G20, G8 nations or whatever. This is going to be an issue worldwide because not only that affects diesel fuel, it affects kerosene, like I said, propane, you name it, especially when we get to the wintertime when you're talking about all that. That can have a domino effect as we head to the last 7-8 months of this year here. But the good news is that this economy still hold up very resilient, very strong in terms of in terms of the wages holding up. The wages are not keeping pace with inflation, but they're still able to provide some purchasing power where it's not like it's totally decimated yet. So that's the great news. I see a lot of Doomsday's channel coming and said, oh, no, the sky is falling. The sky hasn't fallen yet. It's just that, Americans are realizing now that they have to tighten their belts just a little bit going into this election season, going into next year, because regardless of whoever gets in the office next year, we're looking at a, kind of a slowdown in the next year or two in terms of purchasing power. And in terms of on big ticket items like homes and cars and second property, rental properties, things of that nature, we're going to see a slowdown in certain areas of the country just based on the fact that inflation hasn't cooled down and purchasing power is going to go down and credit is going to be tightening too. A lot of people have been talking about that, but credit is going to be tightening. Commercial credit, business credit, consumer credit is going to be tightening with a lot of these stores too, and that's going to be a very big problem going into the fall and the winter. That you're going to notice that too with a lot of these stores that are closing down, retail and hospitality stores. So be blessed, continue to prepare, enjoy your holiday, enjoy your cookout, barbecue, whatever you're doing at home, just relaxing, enjoy yourself, and we'll get back to work later on this week, Wednesday and Thursday, with more videos of earnings report and unemployment numbers come out soon. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you very soon. Take care.